another Sims 4 speed build. So finally I am doing the 70s semi-detached that I've been talking about the entirety of last week and a bit of this week. And I did showcase it. When did I showcase it? I showcased it on Sunday, say that I was gonna do a semi-detached, and I even showed you guys a picture and everything on the community tab. And then I didn't actually end up posting it when I was supposed to post it. But I'm posting it now for the sake of it's not going along with my new schedule where I upload every single second day. And I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be for me to do this. Not because it's like a lot of work, because I am now, with the thought that I am now restricting myself from posting every single day, even sometimes double a day. I have all these ideas. I can't stop building, and I just have to, and my backlog is continuously increasing. And I keep thinking to myself that, oh my gosh, I've got so many ideas and I can't, it's a complete contrast to before where I could not, well, I could think of ideas, but I constantly needed to go to Pinterest or I have to go to Google Images and I had to go through those avenues to look for inspiration because I knew I wanted to build, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to build. But now with this new schedule, I'm just constantly in the mood to build. And I don't think I've touched Pinterest in the longest time or Google Images because all these ideas are in my head. So yeah, it's really great because now you guys are gonna get loads of like I'm not gonna say innovative because they're not that innovative, but you're gonna have so many builds and so many different things going on, and it allows me as well. I just really love the schedule. It allows me as well to post I don't know, K hour. It might be different for you, but for anyone who's not British Standard Time, but the times I'm posting is between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. now instead of like 12 a.m. in the morning. Because the problem is every single time I posted at 12 a.m. in the morning, it ended up causing me to just be like half asleep as I'm trying to get thumbnail. I think I remember before, I think it was the Chateau one. When I made the Chateau, I was so half asleep when I posted that around 1 a.m. in the morning that I woke up 2 hours later because I always wait for the video to upload. And I woke up 2 hours later and I was like, oh, the video uploaded. Oh, the video doesn't have a thumbnail. So I was really, 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 really confused. Also, if you're thinking, oh, your voice sounds really different from the past few uploads, it's because no one's in the house. I can't shout as much. Okay, I'm not shouting. But I can't talk as quickly as I can at the volume I normally even speak at when there are people in the house. Because 9 times out of 10, especially before, it was near enough 12 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes it will just be people trying to take a nap. A lot of people in my house, they sleep at all hours of the day. So you just have to be careful of that. So now everyone's out at the moment. So I can really just go off on it and really talk about what's going on here. So I don't want to talk about my up and coming builds because I do that a lot and then I end up neglecting the build that I'm actually supposed to be talking about. But I did do a student accommodation, another one. So I have done a student accommodation before, but I have done another one. And I really like this new one. I think I just love doing student accommodations for whatever reason in my head. I think they're my best builds. They're very simplistic, but they're very Sims 4-y in the way that I need them to be Sims 4-y, but then they're very realistic in the way that I need them to be realistic. And I just always love my student accommodations. If you go to my channel and you watch the previous one, there's not talking in it just because at that moment in time, that's before I ever thought I could ever do a talking video because talking videos, you have to have like a lot of thoughts and I just my head was empty half the time I was doing them. So yeah, with those other ones, I really do love my student accommodations. I think one of the issues with this new schedule, though, is that every single time I see that there is videos that I want to post like there and then, I have to tell myself I can't post them there and then, which can be it's not the worst thing in the world. It's self-restraint. It's a good thing, but it's just really like I want to like I did the student accommodation, student halls yesterday and the day before. So it was over 2 days, and I think it's a bit of a longer, it's a bit on the longer side. Well, I did the student accommodation and I was like, I want to post this before the semi-detached. But the problem is if I post it before the semi-detached, that semi-detached is never going to be coming out because my building styles will change and then I'll have so many different types of things going on in my head. I'll be in a completely different mindset. Like the mindset I'm in currently right now is it's not like completely opposites to this that I'm building. Right now, I'm building that little town that I said I wanted to build before, that American suburban town, that town that you would normally see in the Vampire Diaries or Twilight. Like, you know, those types of towns. I'm currently in the midst of building it, and it's so gorgeous. And that's gonna be coming out. Wait, hold on. So when I'm in next, wait, if I calculate my schedule from posting today, is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today's Wednesday. No, it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. I don't post on Friday. Well, I have to because I want. Okay, so you're gonna get another upload tomorrow. I'm not deviating. I promise I'm not deviating, but I do want to finish my upload on Sunday, and then I'll start again next week on Tuesday. So, because in my head, what's going on in my head now, the days I really like posting, I like posting on Friday. I like posting on Sunday. I like posting on Monday. I like posting on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, but that's 5 days. Is it not? Am I calculating it right? I think so. Maybe. It's not that I don't like posting on Tuesday or Saturday. It's just it's just I'm not there. I'm just not there mentally on Tuesday and Saturday. I don't know. Okay, you're gonna get the upload schedule is gonna be a bit weird. That I think this one is gonna be a better way, anyways, because then I can make it. Because I've always wanted to do 4 uploads a week, 4 to 5 uploads a week. So I probably will just post that student accommodation either tomorrow or I could do it today. I say I could do it today, and then I end up not doing it today, like I did with the semi-detached. But it did end up coming out like what, 4 days later after I said I was gonna post it. But I will upload the student one just because I'm seeing a lot of. What I also do is like keeping up. It's a very YouTuber thing to keep up with the trends and everything. And a lot of people have been doing student accommodations. But with this sudden rise of student accommodations, I also want to push out the student accommodation I made before I see one too similar to mine that I end up having to scrap the build because I'm like, oh, it looks too similar to theirs. And I don't want it to look like I'm copying them. And it hasn't happened before. It's happened to a slight extent. I saw there was a rise of British builds, but British builds, regardless, they all just look the same. Like they just, regardless of what you do. Or the Terraced House. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I'm so sorry if this video sounds really like jumbled up, but I swear to you, for 7 days straight, no one will call me at all. And then the one time that I hope that no one calls me, that is when I'm getting called. But anyway, I don't even know what I was saying before. Um, yeah, but I think I was talking about how every single building within the UK looks the same. But almost every single building in the UK looks the same. And you can do it different variations because I wouldn't say this looks exactly like a 70s semi-detached build because there is a variety of different colors they come in. I feel like this looks more of the darker wood side because normally it doesn't have this type of theme to it. It normally has a more, what's the word? It's normally brighter colored, something like that. And I see these houses everywhere. So with this, I didn't need too much reference. I needed a little bit because I wanted to do it in this specific way because there's normally different types as well. There's also flats in this type of vibe. But I thought, no, I want to do it a specific type of way. So I did do a Google image for this, but I did make this again. Was it on Saturday? So that's why it's like that. But I wanted to make it a bit more like dark wooded, like very, so like it's very like untouched from the 70s. That's what I wanted to do. That's also why the interior looks the way it is. I feel like it's very untouched from the 70s and the 80s, which is where this houses are inspired of. And again, these are houses that you can use for the Sims 4 ramp pack. Why did that leave my head? Yeah, these are houses that you can also use for the Sims 4 ramp pack. These are all 3-bedroomed houses. They were originally 2 bedrooms until I realized the second bedroom was uselessly big, and you will never see a bedroom like that in the UK that is that big. So I ended up dividing them to the typical 3-bedroomed house. The third bedroom is normally very small, but the 3-bedroom house, normally houses are 3 bedroom, 1 full bathroom and 1 bath downstairs. But for some reason, every single time I do British builds, I can't for the life of me think of where to put that because it's normally like under the stairs, but that's just not a thing you can do. So I can't, which is something you would have expected to be able to do when you got the tiny live-in stuff pack out. But yeah, that's not necessarily something that we can do. So that's normally where I imagine you would get that. And wow, I saved it for once in camera. That's different. I've never done that. Yeah, I probably saved it on camera because I was probably going to continue it until I decided I'm supposed to be doing other things, because I still do other things. I don't just build. I do like loads of other things. I do like how I'll say my average day goes. It goes, I wake up, I do a bit of reading. I don't read for the sake of, oh, to keep my brain to keep my brain refreshed and anything. Like, I read because it's actually so bad for me, because I just escape into these worlds and it's so addictive, and I really really love reading in that aspect. So I wake up in the morning, I do a bit of reading, then I see what I have to do for the day. So if I have to do 4 uploads this week, or if I finish all my building, which I should have by the end of today for this week. If I finished all my building for the end of this week, I decide, am I going to do a cinematic intro? If it's like an upload day, I would have to do the cinematic intros and the cinematic house tour if I haven't done that already for the day. But if I have done that already and all I have to do is edit it and do a voiceover, I'll push it until at least 2 o'clock in the afternoon for me to do all of that kind of stuff. And I'll just leave the day to do either a tiny bit more reading, do a bit of job seeking, or just look at different types of fund networks if I want to fund any of my creative projects that are outside of this and stuff like that, and watch a lot of films and plan out my meal plan for the week. I meal plan because I love food a lot and I hate the feeling of being bored of food. So I try and keep like a mental note of what I'm going to eat throughout the week, so I can never get bored of food the way I did before. Because the one time I got really bored of food, it could really hit me, because I don't get, it wasn't, I was hungry, but I was just like, there's nothing I want to eat. But I was starving, and I was even thinking to myself, should I go out? Should I get a pizza? Should I get sushi? Should I get any of these other things? I just could, for the life of me, nothing was inspiring me, and I just ended up having, I think when you in these situations like this, you just don't want anything too flavored. You just kind of want something to satiate that hunger. So I think I just ended up having oats at that point, and water and stuff like, and it's not fun. I love food, so I try and meal plan for the sake of, okay, I can keep that variety, because I also can't eat the same thing 2 days in a row. I just can't do that. It has to be something different. And now, since I no longer am leaving the house as much as I used to when I was in university, I'm also doing a lot more varied plates of food. So, for example, my plates are now like a lot of different stuff on one plate rather than like one meal, because all one meal is easy when you're on the go. So just having a bowl of cereal is easy on the go. Having a sandwich is easy on the go. But my meals now have turned into, I'll have these like rye bread things with this like spicy cheese. And then I have this like salami here. And then I'll have this cheese over there. And then I'll have like these fruits over here. And I can really properly like think of what I'm gonna having these different varieties, and it just makes me feel so satiated. And it's true what they say, that it is a luxury to be able to eat food you really like, for the sake of, when you are so busy the way I was busy during university, I didn't have the luxury of just being able to go and have exactly what my body was craving, because I just kind of had to eat, or I was not going to be able to eat for the rest of the day. I just kind of had to go and see what was in the house and just get that and get it going, go through with it. But since I'm in this position where I am in that kind of space between just graduated university, now looking for a job, or thinking of whether I'm going to do a master's or not, I do have a bit more free time on my hands for me to be able to really concentrate on the minute things in life that most people don't really get to concentrate on. And I've got to learn a bit about myself outside of the work stress environment, even though I'm still working stress, because after university, I just cannot fathom not having my entire mindset on something. So that's why that's like one of the other reasons I started the Sims YouTube channel, not only just to output my creativity, but to, wait, is that a dog barking? I promise you, this dog has not barked since we moved here, and I swear I can hear it. Is there a sign? Is there something going on? But yeah, so I didn't just start this YouTube channel just for the creative output, but it's still a massive, massive reason why I started it. But it's also because I just want to have something goal orientated, something I can just continue doing. So having this channel allows me to have a goal of, okay, produce this video, and it allows me to keep on working on my skills on video creation and everything like that. That is a dog bark, and I don't mind it when dogs bark. I think that's perfectly fine. But now, out of all time, am I screaming off of my head or something like that? Every single being that can ever listen is listening and then telling me, no, this is not your time to talk. Go back to talking quietly, because it's not that I talk quietly in this. Well, I do. This is more of, I'm just trying not to wake anyone else up, so I try and keep the enthusiasm in my voice, but it's not entirely there. But yeah, so where I told you, I think, did I tell you guys why I decided to do a 70s semi-detached house? I don't think so. I think I said why I decided to do it in this specific design, but I don't discuss why I decided to do it like altogether. And I don't know why I decided to do it altogether. I just I was in the feeling. I was feeling the vibe. I've made one before on my other on my Sims 4 on my computer downstairs. I remember I made that, and it was more of a terraced situation than it was a semi-detached situation. And that build was very, very nice, and it was very cool. But it was, again, everyone develops as a builder the more you build. So I just ended up not favoring it too much. Wait, did I showcase? Yeah, I didn't. I've completely forgot to discuss it. Within this video, you may have noticed that I do one semi-detached, and then all of a sudden you look back on the screen and then suddenly there's a second semi-detached, and you're like, where did that come from? Because I'm pretty sure she didn't record it, because I didn't record it. What happened was that when I was creating them, I kept thinking to myself, and I was like, oh, this is a little bit repetitive, so I'll just not record the second part, because I'm virtually just do the same thing I did to the left side. I did not. I ended up doing a completely different design, as you saw, for the right side. So then I was like, okay, the lesson learned, no matter how repetitive it is, unless I'm doing like a city, I will always record it, and I'll just cut it out of editing if I must, but I won't just not record it. So, like, for example, in the student accommodation build that I've done, I have not recorded me doing duplicating the rooms, because with the student accommodation is a lot more structured and standard compared to the other builds that I do, because it's like pre-done rooms, pre-furnished rooms. Every single room practically looks the same. So I didn't record me copy and pasting those rooms over and over, because I thought that was repetitive. I normally do that near the end anyways, but I didn't record that. But that's what I did do, and I didn't record it because I feel like it's a bit repetitive. But I know that's something I can leave our recording, because I'm not going to switch it up. But this, I should have left it in, because I should have understood that I was probably going to switch it up. But the elements within this build, there's no community, which is saddening, because I do love building these types of builds for communities as well. But there's not really that much. There is no community aspect of it. It's just two households can live here. Or if you want to, and you can change with the design, and you can make one a house share if you want. I see a lot of that as well. There's but the aspects in this I decided to include. If it would have allowed me to, I would have wanted to make like a trail going through the middle of the two houses. So I see it's a semi-detached. They're fully detached, but they look semi from a distance. And I tried to do like a pathway through the middle to go to the canal, because that's the one thing I always talk about. British builds, you will always, 9 times out of 10, there'll be a canal running through the background. I've said this before in my other British builds. It's a really common aspect. So I did try and do a path to go around through the middle so you can go to the canal, because there was people fishing. There was just so much movement in this neighborhood, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start using Willow Creek a lot, because there was so much movement, and I really love that when I'm doing cinematic shots, and even when I'm just vibing with my Sims, because then I just can quickly grab a Sim and be like, hey, you're my Sim's new friend. You're someone who's gonna be hanging out with my Sim, or so, something like that. Like, that's like, I love that huge community aspect and just seeing Sims run all over the place. And I cannot wait for that to happen with the new Sims 4 pack, because then I can just always feel like my world is alive, and I just love feeling like the world is alive. But yeah, so these are all, just so I can round it up, these are all 3 bedrooms, semi-detached, 1 bathroom houses. There are 2 of them. And yeah, so that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for taking me to 1,300. I said this in the previous video, but I'm still really appreciative of it. I thank you so much for all of it. I'm truly so humbled. Thank you so much for just watching this video as well. I'm not going to talk too much into the house tour, and I don't think there's too much for me to say. So, forget it. What my outro is. What's my outro? Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. What is it? Okay. Yeah, I've got it now. So don't forget to like and subscribe, but if you don't want to, that's okay. I appreciate you staying this long and listen to all of my ramblings. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all of your comments. The more the merrier, and I thank you so much. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.